Pastor Dr. Enenche tells branch pastor, sell all properties received from Chinemark Group and return investors' money. Welcome to the news and please subscribe to our channel. The founder of Dynamis International Church, Pastor Dr. Paul Enenche, sends a strong message to his former Enugu State pastor, Timothy Chijoke, who is the spiritual overseer of Chinemark Group of Company, to return all the money, car gift, and properties given to him by marksman Chinedu Ijoma to pay back all scammed investors. Dr. Enenche said it took me 24 years to build the Glory Dome without a dime from any politician or scammer. He said every dime, car gift, or material received from Chinemark must be returned immediately. Anyone who is on a fast lane is bound to crash, he added. Exactly. You see this last line? Anyone who is on a fast lane, if you are faster than your shadow, if you want to get too ahead of yourself, you are going at a pace that is progressive and you want to go faster. Just like maybe you came into business this year and you're using those who have been in the business for 7 years, for 5 years, for 10 years. You're using the way they are selling out to compare yourself. You're not doing yourself good at all. You're not doing yourself. You will not be able to see the growth. You will not be able to learn the lessons. That's just it. That is just it. You cannot bring someone who, let's say for instance, someone who has 5 years of experience and 7 years and you compare it. I don't know if you're making sense. So that is just it. Good man of God, this is what Pastor Chris Oyakhilome of Christ Embassy refused and failed to do, particularly when there was clear evidence that the fraudsters behind the MBA trading actually donated $1 billion to his church. Pastor Paul Enenche, God bless you richly. Can he do it if it were in his shoes? How should an individual in a church and tells you it's church of God? It's the church of God that buys jet, tell you it's the work of God, getting richer from the poor, and tell you just to live by faith. Well, it is those who believe what he says. You know, sometimes there are things you listen to, and from the outside, it does not just sit well with your spirit. A church is supposed to be a place where you go and you be rejuvenated spiritually. There are even times in church where they look at some aspect of life. They look at, some of our members are not really doing well in business. Some of us are not really doing well in business. Some are not doing well, let's say, in career. They organize programs and make sure people are doing well. Look, see, there are churches like that. I actually don't blame, I don't blame this men of God. I blame those who go there. You've been going to a particular church, you've been going for a particular church for quite some time, and you are saying that you're noticing patterns like, no. Okay. I'm telling you, my money is with both Bara and Baraza till now. They have link with Christ Embassy. Say our gullible Nigerians are someone will steal from the poor Nigerians and pay tithes with the stolen money, and the criminals that call themselves pastor will give him or her some useless, with some fake users' blessings. Most of you claim to invest in positive outfits are all fraudulent, which legitimate business pays such dividends. Exactly. Look, in this time and era that things are very difficult, before you invest your money, please make sure you study, make sure you find out, make sure don't be too greedy. If you have where you invest your money 10% per annum, that one is even fair. Or maybe 20%. But for you to get, let's say, 80%, 90%, or more, 50%, auntie, you check it very well. There are things that sound too good to be true. And when they're too good to be true, it is a sign that something is off. You should make sure you study those things carefully. Especially when it comes to your hard-earned money. Because, see, nowhere where you do. The one you have, you make sure you put it to good use and make sure that at the end of the day, you don't come to cry, had I known. But him telling this pastor, now this story is not really complete. Him coming out to tell this pastor to sell all he has and refund and whatever. We don't really know what really transpired. I was not following the story, but I want to believe that it all began from maybe him finding out that this man in particular is part of, he put his hand in, let's say, dubious things. And at the end of the day, this man of God came to know, and he advised him to do such. Okay. And the thing is, even our religious people, they also have ceased to do their work. You see, a church that is meant to grow you spiritually, and otherwise, but mainly the part of our human's life or a man's life that concerns the church is the spiritual self. You see a church that instead of to preach salvation, instead of to preach, repentance, they go ahead preaching only prosperity. In fact, they preach salvation and repentance. Let's say if we have 5 weeks or 4 weeks in a month, they preach it for just you can count the days. And this thing have been what has been put in. It is like this, look at this person is doing well. Look at this person is doing well. That syndrome is actually there. Is there. Okay. Human beings will always complain. Why is it paining you that the man of God is so blessed? I mean, your money. Okay. Where are you headed? Okay. But why did God not reveal it to the branch pastor, the Jew himself, that the gifts and donations are not genuine and a process of scam or questionable business? Now, some of his worshippers have now been scammed and are now in pain because he kept quiet. It's not everything that God reveals. And by the way, look, well, this is not my line. I'm not a pastor. Do you think it's everything that God reveals to his children? Okay. Just running this from my mind. Is it that this pastor, or for his stay in Enugu, he did not honor his senior pastor? Please, don't get me wrong. I am just curious. Okay. The church is not a business center. Look. In Nigeria, I don't blame many people who come out and attack this man of God. Sincerely, I don't. You know why? It's because we see people who are ardent believers, people who they are burning. Let me say they are burning for the love of God, and they are burning for the love of God have made them start almost worshiping, their pastor and their mentor. Before you know what is going on, these people, they will not believe everything that comes out from this man's mouth. Even when he's saying, go to the pinnacle and stand, they will. I don't blame them. But it also is what, I don't know if I should say what I wanted to say. So people will come for me. Okay. For this single act that this man did, Pastor Dr. Enenche, I think he has proven himself to be quite different. Nobody can vouch for anyone, but he has proven himself to be quite different. If you see what is no good, the good make you talk. You understand? If you see what is not proper, you say it out so that at the end of the day, if that thing was supposed to, maybe the consequence of that thing is supposed to be catastrophic, at least you will have a way of managing it because you spoke out about it. Okay, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of the day.